The video explores the essential yet grim occupation of the Gong Farmer during the Middle Ages, a time when sanitation was a severe problem in towns and cities. Gong farmers, also known as nightmen or rakers, were tasked with cleaning cesspits, latrines, and other waste disposal sites, often working overnight to avoid the public's disgust. Their job was physically demanding, hazardous, and socially stigmatized, yet crucial for public hygiene. The video details their working conditions, tools, wages, and the dangers they faced, including exposure to toxic gases and diseases. It also touches on medieval sanitation infrastructure, such as castle garderobes and public toilets over rivers. The profession was regulated with severe penalties for improper waste disposal. Despite the risks, Gong farmers sometimes benefited from finders keepers, recovering valuables from waste. The video also recounts the Urut latrine disaster of 1184, where buildings collapse into cesspits resulted in many deaths, highlighting the dangers of medieval sanitation. Overall, the video offers a vivid picture of medieval sanitation challenges and the indispensable yet thankless role of Gong farmers. Highlights: their work was essential in a period lacking modern plumbing and sewage systems. This highlights how public health has long depended on often invisible, unpleasant labor. And 5. Gong farmers' nocturnal hours reflect medieval societal attitudes toward waste and those who handled it. And ammonia, unstable pit structures, and exposure to disease underline the perilous nature of medieval sanitation work. The dangers also underscore the absence of occupational health protections and the high cost of maintaining urban hygiene before modern sanitation technology. The night shift minimized public encounters with the disturbing sight and smell of human waste, preserving social distance and reinforcing the profession's marginalization. It also reflects economic necessity and the harsh realities of survival, with children exposed to the same dangers as adults. Starkly illustrates the dangers of medieval building practices compounded by sanitation issues. The reliance on householders and paid men to keep streets clean reflects early attempts at public health regulation and urban management, emphasizing the gradual evolution of civic hygiene systems. These documents offer a mix of disdain and grudging respect, capturing the complex social dynamics surrounding sanitation workers in medieval society. It also shows how sanitation infrastructure was intertwined with broader social and political events, as the disaster interrupted a noble assembly and left a land dispute unresolved. And appreciate modern sanitation's convenience and safety, which are often taken for granted. This reflection reinforces the significance of historical sanitation struggles in shaping the health and comfort of contemporary life. Gong farmers were responsible for cleaning cesspits and latrines, crucial for medieval sanitation. The policy allowing Gong farmers to keep valuables found in waste highlights a pragmatic approach to reward laborers for such unpleasant work. While rivers carried away waste, contamination and odors remained significant problems, showing the early stages of urban waste management solutions. Valuable lost items like jewelry and coins were surprisingly common in cesspits, providing occasional financial relief to workers. This practice illustrates the informal economies that developed around waste management. They worked primarily at night to avoid public disgust and were known as nightmen. The job was hazardous, with risks of asphyxiation, disease, and pit collapses. Despite the dangers, Gong farmers earned a decent wage and could keep valuables found in waste. Castle toilets often discharged waste into moats or rivers, requiring periodic cleaning. The 1184 Urut latrine disaster tragically killed around 60 people after a floor collapsed into cesspits. Gong farmers also sometimes acted as scavengers, cleaning city streets and public areas. Key insights: vital but undervalued role in medieval hygiene. Gong farmers played a critical role in preventing the spread of disease and maintaining urban sanitation despite widespread social stigma. Night shifts to avoid social stigma, working between 9 p.m., physical dangers of the profession, the hazardous conditions, poor ventilation, risk of toxic gases like methane. Use of children in labor-intensive tasks. Bringing children to assist in cleaning cesspits demonstrates the reliance on child labor in medieval times, especially for tasks requiring small size and agility. Economic incentives and finders keepers. Sanitation infrastructure in castles and cities. The design of garderobes in castles and public latrines in cities, often dumping waste directly into rivers or moats, reveals both ingenuity and limitations of medieval sanitation technology. The Urut latrine disaster as a cautionary tale, the tragic collapse in 1184, which killed about 60 people by plunging them into cesspits. Broader cleaning roles in early municipal sanitation, Gong Farmers' additional duties as scavengers and street cleaners indicate the nascent development of urban sanitation responsibilities. Asterisk, asterisk, historical documentation and cultural perspectives. Asterisk, asterisk, references to historical texts like John Stow's Survey of London and John Taylor's Poetic Tribute provide insight into contemporary attitudes toward Gong farmers. Appreciation of modern sanitation advances. The video closes by encouraging viewers to recognize this comprehensive examination of Gong farmers and medieval sanitation sheds light on the vital, dangerous, and socially marginalized work that kept medieval towns from descending into filth and disease, emphasizing the enduring human challenge of managing waste.